The Battlefield 6 community is on fire right now due to the layoffs going on at BS, aka Battlefield Studios. The game has severely underdelivered to its player bases new and old, but it is now set in stone that EA management is shit-canning the game and the community therein. Now, this is just my opinion on the matter, and I can't really speak for everyone here in the community, but from day one of launch, it's been pretty clear to me that this game was not made for anyone in particular. It was made to sell the idea of a great modern day Battlefield game to the hardcore fans of Battlefield, while also taking advantage of the COD community to rake in as much profit as possible for as little effort as possible. I started my Battlefield 6 experience playing 2042's free Road to Battlefield 6 progression track, and from there I was hooked and sold on the idea that the game was going to be like the glory days of Battlefield, but what I ended up getting was a bastardized version of Battlefield that caters to the lowest common denominator of players, and pigeonholes the Battlefield experience into a concentrated dose of Call of Duty field AIDS I could have never imagined. I remember when Modern Warfare 2019 introduced Ground War to multiplayer, I was kind of excited about the idea of playing a large-scale battle-type game in Call of Duty, but upon playing the mode I quickly realized why Call of Duty and Battlefield are so different. These two games were so polarizing in their prime, and the main selling points of each game was that they weren't the other game. Battlefield has always been a gritty, arcade shooter that leaves a lot to the imagination when it comes to the overall gameplay experience, and Call of Duty is a smaller, more curated experience that focuses more on a behind enemy lines type warfare in which the players take control of soldiers that find themselves in a close quarters boots on the ground fight that goes on until the bitter end. Battlefield is a game where not only is your fight important to take a flag or blow up an objective, but there are also multiple squads all fighting towards a similar goal across a vast map to hopefully in the end drain the enemy of their resources and push them out. In Battlefield you felt small, which is why accomplishing a big goal felt so rewarding. And in Call of Duty you feel like the main character, so the more kills you rack up and less deaths you have, in turn make that game feel rewarding. In Battlefield 6, as shitty as it may sound, the game's design direction and philosophy are not in the right place due to fucking up the mixture of these two games' philosophies, and they cannot be fixed without some major backpedaling, changes, or mechanic overhauls. EA knows this. They know deep down that this game is going to fizzle out, and hopefully nobody will remember spending $70 to $100 on the new Battlefield that was supposed to be a spiritual successor, quote unquote, to Battlefield 3 and 4. They are hoping when BF7 launches they will get the same amount of support they did for BF6, hoping the Skeleton Crew sweatshop they call Battlefield Studios can right the sinking ship. They are hoping we as a community are too stupid to say no. I am going to go even further and say they are not just hoping for these things, they are actively scheming, actively making changes, and actively manipulating narratives so they can garner trust back from the community just so they can do it all again come next game launch. I mean, who gave EA access to the Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Cosby, Diddy Activision style playbook and leave them unsupervised? Corporate greed never ceases to amaze us. The bigger these people are, the more they want to take advantage of the unknowing and unwilling, I guess. It wouldn't surprise me if EA management were all terminated or jumped ship when the new company acquisition takes place. I guess time will tell. I just wanted to vent about this and about how I personally feel rug pulled. I will not be wasting any more time on the game without any major design changes. Honestly, I've just went back to playing 2042 for my Battlefield itch, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for listening and have a good one.
Be advised, enemy birds in the AO. Don't be an easy target. I'm reloading, watch my back. Hostile helicopter operating in the AO. Enemy aircraft spotted. Yeah, that was some textbook Marine shit.